You say, hey, I have these 2 plots of land I could build a store on, and I'd like to build in city B because 1/3 of 24 is 8, 1/3 of 21 is 7, so I'd like to build in city B. So the franchisee will ask for city B. So why would you make a case for city B? Because your share is larger, 8 is greater than 7. Why would they want city A? Because 45 million between the 2 cities is better than 40 million between the 2 cities. They take 20% of that, so their 20% of 45 is 9 versus 20% of 40 is 8. So corporate says they want one thing because of their objective function, and you want something else because of your objective function. There are 2 possible locations. We can assume that both locations will get stores. Suppose you add a 5th store, and somebody else is going to add a 6th store, who's not your franchise, so to speak. If you have 2/3 of the 3 stores, and the 3 stores are going to bring in 21 and 24, so you're going to have 5 stores, 2 plus 3, or 3 plus 2. Somebody else is going to take location number 6. So you're going to have 2/3 of one market and 100% of the other market. If you get 2/3 of the 21, 2/3 of 21 is 14, 3/3 of 24 is 24, 38 million. That's your revenue. If you get all of market A and 2/3 of market B, is 21 plus 16 is 37. So it looks as though, based on where we are currently, 38 is greater than 37. That's a rationale for populating city B. So imagine both cities announce, we will add one more store, and different franchisors bid on the possible expansion opportunities. It's in your interest to choose city B rather than city A. City B, even though it doesn't add any additional revenue, it costs you less as an opportunity. Your 40 million is going to go to 38 million, or it's going to go to 37 million. You can't prevent the other guy from having a share of the market. You just get to choose before he does which location you will choose. If you have first dibs, you choose to expand in a city that will not give you any revenue. You might even consider, what if I decide I don't want to expand? So you have 14 and 16, 30 million. So what I need for you to do is to think why the decision not to expand might be a good idea. Even though your revenues are going to go from 40 to 30, you might say, this is good enough, I don't need to expand. Because you can't go after every opportunity, you have to decide which opportunities you want to go after. I tell students, the best way to think of opportunity cost is to think of profit. Not revenue, not cost, but profit. Where profit is obviously revenue minus cost. If you think profit, you come closer to understanding what opportunity cost is. And when you look at this problem, cost doesn't even come up. So we know that something valuable is missing. Suppose you decided that you wanted city B. Corporate wants you to choose city A. They think that city A is a better opportunity for you. What have you not counted to figure out that city A, which is $7 million in revenue, is better than $8 million in revenue?
You have less of a cost.
Bingo. As Bill said, Rochester Hills is expensive. Utica, he makes less revenue. He probably makes more profit. If the costs are lower here, they have to be sufficiently lower because the revenue is lower. So when you think profit, you get a better sense of the opportunity cost idea. And if you look at this problem, you analyze it, you went through and say, yes, we have these revenue numbers. Yeah, but you've looked in the wrong direction. Because businesses are not existing to make revenues, they're existing to make profits. So if you answer the revenue question, I'm going to say, all you've told me was revenue. And couch opportunity cost in terms of revenue. 8 is a higher number than 7. And you've left untapped the idea that that 7 might be a greater profit than the 8. Now I did start out trying to interest you in the 8 because it was higher than 7. But this is where you jump in and you say, what, you have it, one hand can't clap. So the implicit idea of a cost here, if I want to continue along that trajectory of comparing the 8 and the 7, what do I have to assume?
The costs are the same.
Bingo. It's a convenient assumption to make the revenue my focus, assume the costs are the same, so I'm subtracting the same number from these revenues, so profit is positively correlated, directly correlated with the revenue.